What's up, everybody? Emergency episode of the Sports Dép Podcast. As you can tell, this was thrown together at the very last minute. No studio time for us today. We'll be back in the studio. We were in the studio earlier today recording a episode regarding return with Phil Deneau. Is it yay or nay? You can go watch the episode to find out. Simon and I did not agree on this one. So you can go check out the episode right now, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your Sports Dép Podcast. But Emergency Pod, we're in the home studios, Simon in the LV, me in the downtown-ish Montreal core. Tsalikis, you watched the game last night. I watched the game last night. Not for those listening, I'm making a cringe face because that was not great. And then, boom, as soon as the game was over, 3 call-ups. Engstrom, Beck, and some guy named, I think his name is Fowler or something. I hear he's supposed to be pretty good. What did you make as soon as you saw that news? Because obviously I figured something was coming. I didn't think there'd be 3 guys coming up, but I figured like there was going to be something at some point.
Yeah, look, I think that's the front office, coaching staff sending a message right across the locker room. Right, Owen Beck maybe looking to take somebody's spot on the bottom 6. Jake Evans is stepping away for the team for some personal reasons, so he will not be in the Penguins game. But it looks like he'll be back on Saturday.
But it's weird, Simon. It's weird just because there was a couple reports. Like I know Luke Jelena from RDS had a report that he's injured. He's going to see a specialist in Philadelphia. And then it was like, it doesn't mean he's not going to play. And then all of a sudden he's stepping away for personal reasons. Very weird. It was very odd that.
Yeah, I saw the personal reasons one. So let's go with that. And then, we'll see how that goes. Engstrom, somebody on the blue line. Maybe the coach has had enough of Jacques Struble or Carrier. Send the message in there. Right. But the big one was definitely bringing up Fowler, which I was absolutely, totally against from the get-go. But I think it had to be done. And I a week ago we spoke about it. Joey, maybe 10 days ago, I was like, no. He doesn't come up against a team that's lost in its own end. It's not good for a young goalie. He's doing well in the Val. Ride that sucker out. When the time comes, he'll be the number one. But no, you can't coach at any level when you can't get a save. If this team was giving up this many goals, Joey, and the shots were 44 for their opponents and 35 for the Canadiens, and the high danger chances were so skewed that their opponents were standing in front of the net and just firing pucks from there, it's not the case. It's not the case. The high danger chances are good from a defensive standpoint. The number of shots that they give up is not completely off the charts. You can't coach. You can't play. You played midget, bantam, peewee. Sam played the same thing. We all played ball hockey. There's no worse feeling in the world, whether you're playing pickup ball hockey against the guys or gals down the street, when you can't get a save. It resonates right across the bench. It resonates in a locker room. So I was completely against this move. But when that call up came yesterday, I'm like, yeah, man, you got to do something here. You can't play hockey like this.
I remember, just for the record, Tsalikis, I was at Vanier way after you because you're much older than me. But I remember we had a class. It was ball hockey. Like literally, it was every week we played ball hockey.
I took it as well.
You took that class?
I took that, and then somebody put me on to intensives. And I'm, what do you mean I go camping for 3 days and I never have to go to a class?
I didn't do that. I did the full gym class, but I did ball hockey one semester. I guess like 15 years ago now.
Yeah.
Maybe actually it might be a little more than that. Goodness. And I remember every week the teacher would be like, okay, you two in nets. Like the teacher was picking who was in nets. And I played ball hockey my entire life. I'm not a goalie. Like I just don't have it in me. And he put me in nets and it was a train wreck. And I could see the people around me on my team that were like, oh boy, like this guy can't make a save. Like I let in goals from a distance. It's not a good feeling. And the people around me, I'm sure were frustrated with me, but I mean, the thing that's funny to me, and like I'll get to Fowler in a second, but the thing that's funny to me is like, and I know X doesn't represent everybody, but Simon, last night, my X feed, not even people I follow, but people want the coach's head. Like he's popping up on my For You. The people want the coach's head. It's like, but explain something to me.
What did the coach do wrong? He actually played the goalie most people want to see.
But this is the thing, like, the defensive system is too complicated. They'll never figure it out. Like, hold on one second. Marty St. Louis is down. Just coming into the season, okay, was down probably their two best penalty killers. Dvorak and Armia didn't come back, okay? Now, they're down 3 top 9 forwards. Patrick Laine is top 9 forward?
Yes.
Newhook, a top 9 forward?
Yes.
Kirby Dach?
Joey, that's most people's second line going into the season.
Sure. I'm saying top 9 to be conservative. Yes. They're missing a top 4 defenseman in Caden Gooley, and they're not getting saves. What exactly do you want from the head coach? What do you want from anybody? It just kind of is what it is right now. You want to point the finger at the goalies? Go ahead. Be my guest. You wouldn't even be wrong. But this is the same coach that got them to the playoffs last year. And this is where I was kind of nervous for the people with high expectations coming into the year. And I still think this is a playoff team. I think they're going to be fine. But to me, they had nobody go to the four, or almost nobody go to the Four Nations. The key guys didn't go. Suzuki didn't go. Caulfield didn't go. Hudson didn't go. Those guys didn't go. So you got to rest while most other people had their players grind it out. So you were fresh. You went on a couple of stretches where you were incredibly hot, and then there were some where you were incredibly cold. So not a ton of consistency, but you not defied logic, but you exceeded expectations, I should say, and you made the playoffs. This year, I thought, could they finish in the top 3? Absolutely, I thought they could. But the reality is, no matter how good Demidov is, you have 2 rookies on your second line right now. You have 2 guys that are 19 and 22 or whatever they are. You have 2 rookies on your second line and a guy who was on waivers 3 weeks ago. But I don't know what you want from the coach. You can be pissed off. That's fine. But really, the masses, and it's more than one tweet. That's why I'm getting into it. It was like at one point, my For You page was all like, time to move on. People justifying why the coach was still there. People wanting to move on from the coach. Like, Simon, I'm not there. And I'll be honest with you, Simon, I'm not even close to there.
No, I am nowhere near there. It's complete disservice to any coach, not Martin St. Louis, any coach to judge when they simply can't get a save. Like when we look at the Edmonton Oilers issues over the last couple of years, like it's the coach's fault that they hit some playoff games and leave it with an .825 save percentage? Like, come on.
But they moved on from a coach and in the middle of the year and went on to, or early on in the year and went to the
and then final. What happened again, Joey, the woes in goaltending creeped up again, right? Because it's 2 guys that I don't think, if I'm an Oilers fan, you can see them, you can watch them pitch a shutout, or you can watch him let in the first 4 shots. It's very difficult to probably watch, and even more so to coach. I am nowhere near the coach. This is Sam Montembeault, Jakub Dovish need to be a whole lot better. They need to be better inside at their end of the rink. The Caden Gooley loss is probably 20, 22 minutes of much more solid defensive hockey. That is a loss. Alex Newhook, foot speed, all those things. I thought he was okay in his own end of the rink. Patrick Laine, Kirby Dach, a little bit less so. But you're pushing guys up into the lineup that have no place. You spoke about having 2 rookies on the lineup. One of the rookies, and the third guy sometimes on that line is the former first pick overall, who happens to be younger than one of the rookies. It's not like you're going out there where, the third guy on that line has like 400 games of experience or anything like that. No,
they're back to that. They're back to that, Simon, today. They mixed it up. Suzuki, Caulfield, Baldzuk, Kapanen, Demidov, Slavkovsky,
Good.
Beck, Anderson, Texier, Valeno, Gallagher, and Davidson.
Okay. I like that. I like all of that. They got to get something out of their bottom 6. But we can.
But where, Simon? Where are you getting something?
Oh, I just need the puck to go in. I don't care who it is.
I know, but
hit the target. Start with the easy things. Hit the target. Knock somebody down. Go to the blue ice. Everything else, a coach would say, blah blah blah. They need to get something. I don't know where you need to find it. You need to find something. And then, but the one thing that the bottom 6 can't do, that's make a save. It will fall directly on whoever is goaltending. This is a good team. They're not a great team. This is a good team, youngest team in the NHL, trending in the right direction for certain. You can't play hockey at any level, and I don't care if you happen to be the best team in the NHL. You can't play hockey knowing that the first, second, third, or fourth shot may go in, and you're chasing hockey games. I didn't want Fowler to come up. I want him to be isolated in Laval, build his confidence, build his game. But I don't think you can continue to throw Montembeault and Dobish out there on the regular until one of them shows that they can run with it. And if Fowler's the guy that's got to run with it here for a little bit, ridiculously young to be goaltending an NHL team, but you're left with no choice here.
So it sounds like, from what I'm reading here on X, I think Anthony Martineau of TVA Sports had Dobesh as the extra goalie. So Dobesh was on the outside looking in. So I just, I don't know how this is all going to play out. Like you've called him up to send a message. So are you going to you're going to dress Fowler as a backup? Like that's what you're doing on Thursday. Like he's going to play, no?
Remember we had this conversation about Engstrom, right? And when they brought him on, that trip was Utah, Vegas, and
Colorado.
And you asked me, is he going to play? I told you 100%. You don't bring a guy in Laval up from a road trip, miss games in Laval, which I don't think Engstrom would have missed. But Fowler, I think they're playing a couple of times here over the next couple of days in Laval. So you're not taking somebody out of Laval just to give him a nice seat on the bench and a nice baseball cap to sit there and play the role of backup. You're bringing him on this road trip where they're bringing him to Pittsburgh because I think they have every intention of playing him.
So they've got just so people are aware. So they're playing Thursday night in Pittsburgh. We're recording this on Wednesday, so that's tomorrow night. Then they're Saturday at MSG, and then Sunday they're back home playing the Oilers. So you've got 3 games in 4 nights with some travel. But Sam Montembeault hasn't played in a while. So I'm assuming. So you go. What are you doing? You're going Fowler Thursday, Montembeault Saturday, and then we'll see on Sunday.
Yeah, I don't know. I know the Fowler on Thursday. That's all I know. That's all I know. That's if
Fowler plays well and wins.
I'm running that bench. It's Fowler on Thursday, and get back to you on Friday. I'll get
so
back.
Fowler plays well Thursday, goes back Saturday.
100%.
Plays well Saturday.
He doesn't go back to back.
Okay.
Then that's an interesting question, though, Joe. That's an interesting question. Who do you go back to at that point? Dobish got yanked the last game he played. Sam Montembeault let one off his head on the first shot. It's who goes into that next game that's not Fowler.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see because I know everybody. I was right there with you. I didn't want him to be called up this year, but I guess this is like you want to get people's attention, or I don't think somebody's moving. You know what I mean? Like I don't think somebody's moving, but I did notice like a couple of days ago, the Laval Rocket called up a goalie from Three Rivers, and it was like a big bunch of like, oh my gosh, like what's going on here? Like, why are they calling up a goalie? People were speculating there was a trade. Clearly, this had been, they had thought about this. This wasn't an impulse decision. I saw where Owen Beck said he found out 10 minutes before the end of the Canadiens game last night that he was getting called up. So, they clearly weren't happy with the effort, but this has kind of been brewing. And so it's interesting also that they went Fowler because Kakkonen got called up on Sunday, right? When Montembeault couldn't go. He's a veteran. I'm curious why they didn't go with the vet, at least give him a look just to see if he can get hot. Because I like Kakkonen back when he was in Minnesota. Like I thought he had a bright future, bounced around a little bit, but very clearly they're going with the kid, and we'll see what the kid can do. I'm really curious to see it. You have final thoughts here before we wrap it up?
I have none.
You have none? You're done?
No, none.
Enjoy the snow, Tsalikis.
I think 6 points separates. Sorry, Buffaloes. I'll exclude you from the conversation. 6 points separates the Senators, which are the second to last team in the Atlantic, to the Tampa Bay Lightning, or the top spot. The time is pressing. The National Hockey League, Joe, you've been covering this league for a long time. You've been watching for even longer. This is ridiculous. We're talking about 6 points separating 6-7 clubs on both conferences.
And Simon, what were the Lightning looking like before coming into Montreal?
Lost 4 in a row and couldn't score.
Exactly. So everybody's got issues. Everybody's got issues in the division, clearly. So
it's tight.
I still don't think the Canadiens are out of it. I don't think they're out of it. I don't think that firing the coach is doing it, and they're definitely not firing.
They're not firing a coach. They're not firing a coach. Zero.
Simon,
chance.
Be good. I'll see
you
tomorrow. Hey, by the way, we've got a big interview with Eric Chouinard, former Canadiens first rounder, that's going to drop on Friday. So tomorrow we've got an NFL episode coming up. And then on Friday, we've got Eric Chouinard. So make sure that you're locked into YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Sports Dép, wherever you get your podcast. Simon, behave yourself. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
I'll try.
Be good.